and this ain't financial advice. June 25th, 1876, George Armstrong Custer approached the battle at Little Bighorn, the defining battle of his entire career and one of the most famous battles in American history. Now, before we go into the battle at Little Bighorn, who was George Armstrong Custer? Well, he graduated last in his class. Upon graduation, he entered the American Civil War, where his daring and gallant made him famous. He didn't lead from the back, he led from the front, and some of his brazen military strategies made him an American folk hero during that time. Custer was even there when Robert E. Lee surrendered to Ulysses S. Grant at the Appomattox Courthouse. He was a living legend. And he was a legend for his daring and his gallant and his long, flowing blonde hair. But let me make this very clear to you. For multiple reasons, I am not a fan of George Armstrong Custer. George Armstrong Custer, in my opinion, was a murderer. And I think he made risky decisions because ultimately he wanted to be famous. He lived with extreme arrogance, extreme pride, and he wanted to achieve prominence, which he did until June 25th, 1876. When he approached the Battle of Little Bighorn, his scouts told him that this roving Indian tribe, this native tribe, was the largest that they'd ever seen. And for whatever reason, Custer decided to divide his troops and do a surprise attack. Well, that battle will go down in history as one of the greatest blunders in military history. Custer divided his troops, surprise attack by the Lakota. They got him by both ends. They slaughtered every single one of his men except for one man who escaped with a note to get help. And guess what happened? When that one lone survivor gave that note to his comrades, they ignored it because they didn't like General Custer's gallant, brazen attitude. They found Custer skinned alive at Little Bighorn, along with over 200 of his men. Custer lost the battle. Now, his wife Lily, she promoted Custer's folk hero-ness. Buffalo Bill did a live show where real men would reenact Custer's legend, the Battle of Little Bighorn, with real people who fought in it. Pretty crazy, right? Custer's daring is what got him killed. And to all the people out here who have seen this cryptocurrency crash today and have held strong, I applaud you. You didn't divide your troops. You didn't try to do something brazen and gallant. Where was your fancy TA today and yesterday? Huh? How did that work out for you? And I bring that up because this is a war, and this was a surprise attack. And some of you were slaughtered. Others, some of the people in the nerd fam, I gotta say, didn't divide their forces, and they have held strong, and I applaud you. And I know that because the 127 delegates in the nerd pool, today we actually increased our stake in the pool. We didn't decrease. People didn't flee the pool and try to sell and get all nervous and get wrecked. Folks, it's sad that one of the world's richest men can manipulate a market this much with his Twitter account. And that people are such sheep that if you fire a gun off, They're going to all run in one way, only to find out that that gun was filled with blanks. And them running, well, it ultimately achieved nothing. Basically, what has gone on here is a case of extreme hype, extreme FOMO, extreme disinformation. All I can say to you is this, is that the cream of the crop will always rise to the top. Things that bear bad fruit, you will know them. I'm sorry, the plants that are bad will bear bad fruit. And all things that happen in the dark will come to the light. So as we see this battle that you could say the cryptocurrency kids lost today, or many of them lost today, you have to ask yourself, will we win the war? Comment down below. Stake with Nerdpool. Because had you bought Ethereum at the all-time high in 2017 and you sold it today, you actually would have sold it for a pretty fantastic profit. Time in the market will be timing the market. Cardano's all-time high has not been realized yet. We have not even seen Goguen yet. We had a correction like this a few days ago, where everything plummeted down, and Cardano, it actually shot up and hit the all-time high. Folks, we may be in for a correction. We may be in for more battles. I have never once on this channel promoted trading. I've promoted holding. I've promoted a 5 to 10 year plan. This is not financial advice. And the reason being is that your hands, they ain't quick like Billy the Kid. I've been in crypto 2 weeks. The reason is because trying to do too much will end up with you doing nothing at all. And if the fundamentals of Cardano come to fruition with the Goguen release, you should have nothing to worry about. Right now, we're watching one of the world's richest men control and manipulate a market from his iPhone based on no fundamentals whatsoever, and that's fine. That is fine. That should tell you how early you are in this crypto revolution. And make no mistake about it, that's what this is. And if you look at American history, well, did America lose the battle? The Battle of Little Bighorn, they absolutely did. But who won the war? Now, I'm not saying what happened and what went down during those battles and those wars was right, but I don't think it would have been hard to predict given what the United States military had in 1876. Nerds, I applaud you. Our pool size actually increased today. You held strong. You did not divide your forces. Folks, there's nothing wrong with taking a little profit. Okay, I recommend taking a little profit and a little principal. I assume a lot of the nerds probably already did that. Another thing that I want to talk to you about is that have other sources of income, okay? I'm involved in real estate. That's how I make money, to buy crypto. It's a fun hobby for me, and I love it to death. I would like it to become my full-time thing, but I'm not going all in on it. You need to know that you have more than one way to make money other than watching your crypto portfolio go up. That's not really making money unless you take the money out and you actually use the money. That's just trading. And trading, call it what you will, it's a battle. And to think there won't be any surprise attacks, well, that would be arrogant and foolish. Because at the end of the day, do you want to be Ulysses S. Grant or do you want to be General Custer? Comment down below. I know it's kind of a funny analogy, but they say history doesn't repeat itself, but it certainly does rhyme. The brash and the bold, yes, they can get lucky for so long. But when the tides turn, they turn hard. And you can get slaughtered. Remember, bulls make money, bears make money, pigs get slaughtered. Stop listening to the people telling you it's going to go up and telling you it's going to go down. telling you it's going to go left or it's going to go right. They don't know. If they did know, they'd be the richest man on earth. And they certainly wouldn't be telling you. Those people want to make their predictions and their prices, and it's going this way and that way, and it might be do this. They don't know. They do not know. Okay? And trading off of one of the wealthiest mans on planet Earth tweets is foolish. Because so much of this is not backed by anything. Now, if you look at something like Ethereum, you look at things like Solana, you look at things like Cardano, there are some serious fundamentals behind these projects that are very positive and promising. Trying to reinvent Dogecoin? Are you kidding me? Elon, if you want to reinvent Dogecoin, that's like me going out and buying a Yugo, okay, and installing an electric motor in it. Why wouldn't I just go buy a Tesla? Duh. But you're so far into this thing that your pride is going to make you try to put an electric motor into a Yugo. And there you go. And all of the FOMO will follow. And guess what? Everybody who went out and bought the Tesla is going to drive by your broken down EV Yugo on the highway. Beep, beep. Folks, this is my 2 cents on this crash. Zoom out. Cardano could very well double in the next week. It could triple in the next 6 months. You don't know. Time in the market will beat timing the market. Folks, I appreciate you. Thank you for staking with Nerdpool. Come to the Telegram. And if I don't see you, I'll see you on the internet. I'm out.